Hi, this is Kanishka Ramchandani, the editor of Professional Beauty Hairdressers Journal, and we are on PBI Spotlight. Today with me is Aidan Sloan. He is all of 24 years old and the owner of Aidan's Cut Salon in Melbourne, Australia, as well as the brand ambassador for Gamma Plus. It's a great moment to have you here, Aidan, with us today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us on PBI Spotlight. So tell me, what brings you to India?
So I'm here in India now we've got the BBC Barber Conference.
Yes.
And we just did 5 days at June Tompkins Salon in Kolkata, where we did two education days, seminars every single day. And it was a great success. I can't wait to come back to India as well for further education.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So you are here on a big mission, education.
Yeah.
And to understand that more, let's go back to where you started from. So tell us about your journey in barbering and hairdressing.
Okay, so I've been, as you said, I'm only 24 years old.
Yes.
And I've been cutting hair for the past 9 years. So barbering for me, the way it came to me was just watching barbering videos in class at high school when I should have been studying on my maths homework or my English homework. I was just obsessed with barbering.
Okay.
And then it kind of kicked off in Australia, and I was just so obsessed that I had to try it myself, just testing on all my mates. And then I eventually decided that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a men's barber. And so I left school and did an apprenticeship, and now here I am today.
Right. I'm going to ask you a very Indian mom question. Were your parents okay with it?
Okay, so my parents were so supportive.
Yeah.
They were so supportive. Obviously, they wanted me to stay at school, but when they saw I wasn't paying attention, I was wasting their money, they're like, okay, if you want to leave, then leave. And I had a good boss at the time, and yeah, he took me on. It was great. Yeah.
All right. So how did you roll off once you got into the industry? Was there continuous training, or
Yeah.
you stayed with one job? How did it
So I was at one place for about 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
And through that time, towards about the 6-year mark, I met Jordan and did a mentorship program with him, because I was at a point where my barbering skills were good enough, but Jordan showed me how I could be a better barber in the way of my self-image. And like at the end of the day, being a barber is not just how good you are at cutting hair. To me, it is the whole thing. The people come in, they don't want just a good haircut. They want to meet you and spend 30 minutes every week or every 2 weeks with you. So you've got to be a friend, a therapist, a barber also. So yeah.
You need to be a very good listener.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, for sure.
But isn't hairdressing more glamorous than barbering? So wasn't that like a...
You know what? I don't think so. And I think in India, we're going to see a bit of a shift as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, hairdressing will always be glamorous because women will always want to be glamorous. But I think you'll see men shifting more into the male beauty as well.
Right.
For sure. Yeah.
So since we are talking about glamour, tell me, what are the trends that you foresee in hair and beard for men?
Okay, so I feel like because fades and everything's been around for so long, we're seeing not particularly one or two type of trends. Like everyone's trying to stand out and look different from each other. Whether it's a slight variation on every different type of haircut. Someone will have a mullet with a burst fade, combining two haircuts.
Yeah.
Or we like to call them like hybrid type of cuts, where it's a best of both worlds. So I'm seeing a lot of mullets with burst fades.
So that's good news for barbers, because then they get to be more creative.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I'm at the point now where my clients have been coming to me for 8-9 years. They're just like, do whatever you want. They trust me. They know I'm gonna hopefully make them look good. So yeah, their hair's in my hands.
Right. What about beard? Are we looking at any particular style of beard?
Okay. Yes. That's a good question, because I never really saw anything in particular with beards changing. I know in India, I've been asked quite a bit what suits my face shape.
Yeah.
And like those types of questions, they're good questions, because I know the Indian people, they love the L shape on the beard.
Yes.
And then more of the original style was just like more of a rounded shape. But now I'm seeing a lot of faded in from here. So it's called the Italian beard in Australia. I'm seeing a fair bit of that. So a softer line here and a hard line under here. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Any particular trend that you've seen in Australia that you would want India to follow suit?
I feel like, because yesterday we were at a barber show and we saw some great barbers competing against each other, and they were so trendy. Like honestly, we saw some great trends. So what I would like to see over here is just people expressing what they want to do and who they want to be.
Right.
And barbering can help you correspond with that. Yeah.
So it's one thing to be a successful barber and a salon owner at 24. It's another thing to be an international educator. How did you get there?
Okay, so it goes hand in hand for me. I educate my team members within my shop.
Right.
I've got 5 employees. So I'm just doing what I do to them. I put the same time, well, I try to put the same time into whoever's in front of me, the audience I have in front of me, whether it was the 5 seminars we did over those 5 days. I try to give everyone as much as I can and just educating the way I was educated and the way I would like to be educated. So yeah.
And that's how the whole association with Gamma Plus happened?
Yeah, so the association with Gamma, they come from doing that mentorship with Jordan. So if I never further educated myself after I was a qualified barber, I would never have maybe have been with Gamma, because it was a stepping stone, me getting introduced to Jordan, and then I was introduced to Gamma because Jordan knew the potential I had.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is your profile like with Gamma Plus?
What's my profile? So I'm an educator in Australia, and now I've come over here and I'm educating in India, and I've been loving it since. The Gamma Plus products, they're truly my favorite. Like I wouldn't be here if I really didn't believe in the company and the impact it's going to have in the Indian market.
Right. So you think the choice of tools is a game changer for barbers?
For sure, for sure. I feel like the Indian barbers are honestly some of the most talented barbers I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And the Gamma Plus products are the best products I've ever used. So I think that combination is just going to blow people away. Truly, I feel like that's going to be the stepping stone that's going to blow up the industry in India.
Yeah. So you've had a chance to interact with Indian barbers.
Yeah. It's been a week and a half of every single day, non-stop barbering, interacting, meeting the people, seeing what they like. That's why I've heard so much about face shape and facial structure, because Indians care about what suits them and their personality and their face more than any other nationality that I've met.
Okay, so we are quite well aware in that.
You guys care about what you look like, that's for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
But as an Indian barber, what do you think they are lacking in terms of talent, education, opportunities?
So what I've noticed that they're lacking would definitely be brand image and like their own self-image.
Yeah.
So I met so many talented barbers that they're in the same spot because they don't care about, or they don't know to care about the way that they present themselves, the way that people see them and perceive them, and their social media and the way that they're coming across online, because 50% of our life is on our social media and our phone now.
Yeah.
So if your social media isn't looking presentable, people aren't going to want to come to you. And I feel like that's why so many barbers are stagnant and in the same position that they have been for the last 5-10 years, and they're not able to grow because they're not able to grow their self-image. Yeah.
Right. So they need to groom themselves, pay more attention to social media.
Just figure out a look for them. Whether it doesn't even have to be a look for them, just show more of their personality or show more of themselves rather than just their work.
Great. In terms of education in India, what more should we be doing?
You guys are in the right path. I feel like having brands like this and having expos as much as India does, it's just going to blow up the Indian education scene with barbering.
Yeah.
And people are so passionate and want to learn so much. So I feel like, and I was just given so much respect when I come over here. So everyone's respecting their education, everyone's respecting their educators. So to me, you guys are in the right path.
We do have that culturally ingrained that you really have to.
And they're so eager to learn.
Yes, yes, absolutely. What is your take on competitions?
On competitions go. Like I've never actually been in the barbering competition. I've been in other competitions in my life, like in sports, martial arts.
Yeah.
So I love competing, and it's a nerve-wracking feeling. It brings you out of your shell. After the feeling before competing can be the worst, and the feeling after competing can be the best. So if you want to feel the highest highs and the lowest lows, you need to compete.
Right. But how does it help a barber or a hairdresser?
I just bring you out of your shell. If you're comfortable cutting hair in front of 100 people in a time frame, you're going to be able to educate in front of 100 people. You're going to be able to talk about what you're doing, it's a lot more kickback, and people eventually will pay to come and see you.
Right.
So it's a lot easier when a room is coming to see you rather than being in a competition like space. So yeah.
Yeah, but you know, people have this mindset that there is no monetary gain out of being in competitions. In fact, you end up investing. So how to convince them that this is going to help your career in the long run?
How would I convince them? Honestly, I'll convince someone to compete, to just bring them out, like really make them feel out of their comfort zone. So then it's going to focus on their barbershop skills. Like being in the salon, they're going to just be super comfortable doing what they just did on stage, whatever it is. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And it kind of gives you that mindset to compete and to, you know, look at finer details.
Yeah, exactly right. And be proud of what you can do.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if something doesn't come off good in the competition, you know you've got to practice that for the next time around.
Absolutely. Yeah. You get to introspect when you are in a competition.
Exactly right.
What do you feel of barbers coming up with their own collections, like hairdressers too?
As in like their own magazine collection, or
yes,
something
like a portfolio.
like that?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's what's
idea.
making the barbering industry glamorous.
Yeah.
Like things like that professionalism, it's really elevating the industry to the next level. I think if barbers were the same as what they were in Australia 10 years ago, we never would be where we are today. So I feel like if more people are doing that in India, you guys have the manpower, you guys can do all that type of stuff. So that's what's going to bring the industry to the next level, is doing those professional shoots, or like just a scene. It's sick. Yeah.
Right. Where do you see yourself, say, in another 10 years? I can
10
safely
years?
ask you that since you're 24.
I'm 24, so I'll be 34. I don't know personally where I'll be, but in the business space, I will, for sure, I want to have maybe a couple barbershops, be heavily involved in the company and that I'm involved in now, which is Gamma Plus. I feel like it's a long-term commitment for me. I really see myself with Gamma for a long time, and I want to be here more in India, whether it's growing my brand, my self-image globally, or it's just here in Australia. I don't mind, because there's enough love here.
Absolutely, and you're very welcome here. We'd love to see you here again and again. And finally, to wind this up, what advice would you like to give to aspiring barbers in India?
Aspiring barbers to India. Work on your self-image, work on how you want to present yourself to people, and how you want them to perceive you, and just keep on going, keep on cutting, make sure you're happy with where you are.
All right, Aidan, thank you so much for your answers. It was lovely interacting with you.
Thank you very much.
And we look forward to more of your India trips.
Awesome, I can't wait to come back.
Thank you so much. That was Aidan Sloan, and this is PBI Spotlight with me, Kanishka, signing off. Stay tuned for more artists.